I would like to welcome you all to the scumbag era. That basically is just me saying that I'm gonna do what I want to do, play the games I want to play, which is what I've been doing this entire time. But I've always tried to make things enjoyable to an audience that doesn't exist, and I'm kind of done doing that. I like making these videos. I like editing these videos. I'm just gonna do this for me. So effectively, I'm not like worried about what YouTube considers like advertiser friendly because I'm not getting ads anyway, and I'll probably never be able to. So here's the deal: if you like what I do, leave a comment, subscribe, maybe share it with somebody else that you might think is good. If you don't like it, fuck it. Go ahead and tell me that you don't like what I'm doing. Yes, I'm not supposed to swear in the first minute, but I don't care. No ads, and that's kind of the plus side to this channel. I'm effectively wild westing it. I can do whatever I want. I hope you enjoy the show. Peace out. All right, hey, what's going on? Hey, you, what's up? What you got cracking off over there? So, I finally just did the thumbnails for this. This is being recorded after the first episode. I don't really have much to do, so therefore I need to do something. All right, so we play with everybody else. I guess we just play with them in order. It doesn't seem to really matter. Gonna do everything I can to keep the conversation going. There is no conversation, but you know what? That's how bad my brain is. That's how jank my memory is at this point in my life. My memory is jank. I did have something I want to talk about. There's a video on my channel somewhere called an impromptu something. It's about the first TMNT movie. I've had, and I realize now that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is TMNT 3. The movie. The third in the live action Jim Henson joints. The majority of people, the mojo of people who have seen those films are like, yeah, the first one's good. A lot of people really like the second one. Like, a lot of people love the second one. And I'm among those people. I fucking love the second movie. But my thing is, a lot of people are like, no, the third one's not good. The third one's just straight up not good. And I don't know how to feel about that. Now, I will openly admit that, like, I grew up with the third movie. Like, just straight up. I had it on cassette. I watched the third movie. I knew it better than I did any of the other movies simply because I grew up with it. That's it. And so, like, I liked it as a kid because it's fucking Ninja Turtles. What was there to not like? But I will say, like, for people who say, like, oh yeah, that movie's not that good. I will argue this. That movie is good. Like, it's all the way good. And I'm gonna say, and here's my reason as to why. I said that movie is good for the umpteenth goddamn time because trying to, you know, do this and talk at the same time a little bit difficult. I feel like I hit him. Boy, it'd be so dope if I could get a goddamn pizza like right here. Okay. So I've said, like, before, like, in the first movie that let's see. In the first movie we just get a better understanding of who Raph and, like, the first movie is Raph and Leo's movie. Just straight up, it's Raph and Leo's movie. See, like, it's right, like, just put it like one screen earlier. That's all you gotta do. Yeah, it's Raph and Leo's movie. We find out just exactly how Raph feels about effectively being led, and how Leo feels about being the leader, if you will. Because Leo acknowledges in that movie that he never proclaimed to be the leader, but it's very obvious to anybody who's fucking seen the movie or, like, knows anything about TMNT. Leo's is effectively the leader because of the four brothers. He's the only one that's the adult. Like, Kramadame. Kramadame. Chrome. A demon. So like it's like we're all the same age. Like we're twins though. It's like, yeah, I'm not saying we're not, but like between the two of us, like we, you know, mom realizes that I'm the one that's the most mature. Like it doesn't mean that you're dumb or anything. It's just that like you can't be trusted. And I feel like that's what that movie, that's what it is. So we get that it's their movie. Like just straight up, it's their movie. Like Donatello and Michelangelo do not really have anything going on. Like I'm not trying to not get hit because there's no reason not to. Like there's no dodging. Like I can't really jump out of anything. Like it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, so I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video or not, but somebody on the on a Reddit thread about this game mentioned that the jump is really delayed, and I didn't really feel like that was an issue. But yo, brother, the jump is super duper delayed. When this fight is over, I'm gonna like, and if you played this, you already know that yeah, it's pretty bad. Okay, so that's the thing. All right, so I'm gonna when I say the word jump, that's me pressing the button. Jump. 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 So like, for me, jump. Jump. Oh yeah, if you hold it, they jump higher. So for me, jump. When I tap it, for me, when I tap it, I can like, hold on. There you go. Like, if you can see it, that's what's going on. I can have released the button before he actually jumps off the ground. So like when you're in boss fights where they're like, yeah, I'm gonna do like a spinny move or like an AoE, and like, you need to jump over it, and it tells you to jump, it's kind of pointless because it does not seem like by the time you get in the air, you've already gotten hit. And again, Game Mill they are not very good at making games. Like they're good at pumping them out, but they ain't good at making them. So yeah, so the first movie is just straight up Leo and Raph. The second movie, in my opinion, the second movie is Donatello's movie. And I don't know how many times I had to say this, but the reason I say that it's Donatello's movie is simply because in that movie, no one really has anything interesting going on short of Splinter, Shredder, and Donatello. And the reason I say that is because Splinter, that in that movie, it's him finally being like, yo, real talk, this is where y'all come from. You're all little greasy jelly babies. I'm sorry. I love you all. Kissy kissy. Like that's what Splinter does in the beginning of the movie. In the toward the middle of the movie, we see like exactly how far Splintario is willing to go to get revenge on Orokusaki or whatever the fuck, Hamato Yoshi. I forgot who is who in that continuity. Hiya!
So cute, it's so
You've been hurt now. He was how far he was willing to go. Like, and like his determination for rage was incredibly blind because he did not understand that, like, we're using puppies. Like, we're using baby animals to get this job done. We are straight up using baby animals. They're gonna come out baby animals. And when he was like, okay then, it was like, kill him. Like, that was it. Like, when the what you call, when the scientist was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, yeah, they're babies. Like, I don't know what the fuck you want from me. But he's like, no, he's yeah, I think that, yeah. He, like, Shredder calls him stupid at some point. And the scientist is like, they're not stupid. They're children, or they're not stupid. They're babies. And then they do something dumb, and Splinter is like, and then Scientist Man is like, okay, they're stupid. Which that's like, you know, saying that the sun is hot. Like that's the thing it does. So yeah, I would say like, but toward the end of that movie, we also find out that Donatello was very much under the impression that there was something special about them. Like, he thought that they were unique, that there was more to them. But effectively, when the scientist explains to him, I don't remember dude's name, I'm not gonna Dr. Wacky Sack is like, yo, he's like, he just like, it's insane that that you exist. Like the fact that you have been down here for this many years, and the fact that you are alive is insane. It is insane, but it is also very cool. But Donatello just still read that like, so we were an accident. We weren't put here for a reason. We weren't designed to like. There was no design in our nature. There is no like, we're supposed to save New York, and we're not put here to protect anybody. We just exist because we exist. Got it. And he was bummed out. And so that's why I always say, that's Donatello's movie. Like, that's just straight up Donatello's movie. And I like it. Baxter Stockman, yeah. And I like it. So the third movie, in my opinion, don't mean dickety shit. The third movie, in my opinion, is Michelangelo and Raphael's movie. And I was thinking about this earlier. The third movie, the way it works is, like, when I say it's their movie, the movie starts out with Raphael already kind of like showing that he's kind of like fed up with the idea that like, yeah, we like sneak out, we have to sneak out, we have to pretend to not exist, and like the entire time we're doing that, we're doing it for the sake of protecting other people. Like, we're protecting people who don't know we exist. Like, that's it. And he's like, no one, the line is like, no one knows we're alive down here. And then, you know, in walks April, because like, that's the one person who knows you exist, and she's accepted you. Well, that's not true. There's also Casey. And he also accepts you. Specifically you, Raph, like you're effectively Casey's friend. Well, Casey is your friend. Although him and Donatello did have a nice little bonding moment in the first movie. Damn! But yeah, so Raphael and Michelangelo both have this moment in this movie, in that third movie, that shows their are you not die? Like, go down. Have this moment in that movie where they show their level of maturity.
Guys, this way!
Because at one point, so effectively, at one point, Raphael was just like, why don't we just fucking stay here? Like, when they go to back in time to feudal Japan, he's just like, yeah, why don't we just live here? Why bother going back? But then he realizes that he can't do that. At least that's how I always read that movie. Like, I always read it like Raphael was like, you know, they like us. Like, they thought we were fucking monsters at first. But then Michelangelo just straight up is like, he falls in love with old girl. I don't know if he falls for her, but he starts liking her. While like the honor guards and the other guy, the her love interest, like the other guy, I don't fucking remember his name. Michin is her name. Mitsu, that's her name. Mitsu needs me now. Yeah, like he ends up being like, I'm not going back. And they was like, why? And he was like, there's no reason for us to go back. I want to stay here. Like, they revere us here. This is after they, Michelangelo ran into the burning building to save the kid, and then Leonardo gave him CPR and brought him back and revived him. So like the people of that Japanese like village revered them. They weren't monsters. They weren't preachers. They were just saviors, and they were like, "Hey, this is nice." And so Michelangelo was like, "Fuck it, baby, I'm gonna stay here." And he was under the impression that Mitsu was, you know, down for the rug burn, and which is something I really don't want to think about. But she tells Michelangelo, "Look, you can't stay." And he's like, "But what's up? I thought we was, yada yada yada." And she goes like, "If you stay, then he might not come back," because that was how the scepter worked. The scepter worked by, like, one person has to be holding it in one timeline, and another person has to be holding it in the other timeline. So like, the fuck was that? Oh, TikTok. So 5 people are holding it in one place. 5 people have to be holding it in the other place. And so if they want to switch places again, you get where this is going. And so what was it? It was the 4 turtles plus April. That's 5 people. So there was the 4 honor guards and the other guy whose name I don't remember. If Michelangelo didn't go back, one of them isn't going to come back, and one of them might not be, might be her boyfriend. And that's what she was worried about. And like, Michelangelo eventually, he comes back, obviously. I don't know if it's obvious, but he comes back. And the fact that like he accepted, like, I gotta go, regardless of the fact that I don't wanna, I gotta go. He leaves her a pair of his nunchucks, and quoting, "In case you're ever in New York," and like it takes but like he acknowledges, like, I think his maturity was the fact that he wanted more out of life. Like, he grew up in that moment. Like he I guess you could say he felt affection for the first time. And then at the same time, he realized, like, to care about somebody is to care about them as well as you. Like, is to care about them on top of how you care about how they feel. So even though he liked her and the fact that, like, it was him being selfish would have cost her, like, happiness. And so he realized, like, I can't stay, I gotta go. And then he does leave. He goes back, and then they dance. And they're like, get into the sound. Yeah, that happens. And then they do the little cool dance. And then before that, Splinter makes a joke. Because at the end of the day, he'd still be with his family. And I think that's like, and I think we should have gotten a 4th movie. A trilogy is always good. Trilogies are always great. But I'm just saying, like, the idea of that live action, like, trilogy ending there, I don't know. Like, it was a kids movie. It was a kids franchise, and a part of me kind of feels like there should have been something bad like something should have happened where they grew up. Like, Splinter got kidnapped, but I think, like, it would have been kind of wild if, like, Splinter died, or if one of the like something bad happened, and they all had, like, you know what I mean? It kind of would have been like the Last Ronin before the Last Ronin. But yeah, anyway, all right, get out.